everyone, this is your 2019 Japanese Formula 1 Grand Prix Fantasy Wrap-Up video presented by Fox Blockhead. Welcome back. Another exciting race, this time in Suzuka. Qualifying got postponed, moved to the Sunday. We had Super Sunday, and we ended up with Ferrari dominating in the morning, the McLarens hitting back in the afternoon. So Bottas ended up top of the step in the fantasy results on 46 points, top step in the actual race. Vettel ended up second, and Hamilton came in third, same as the race. Interesting. Our top team was Mercedes with 79 points, and the fastest lap went to Lewis Hamilton, which means Mercedes are the team, the Constructors' Championships champions for 2019. Haven't done the math, not sure if they're the fantasy team champions, but that is to be seen. The drivers' fantasy results in Japan look like this. Look at all that value in the top 10. Amazing value right there. Carlos Sainz with the best value. He has been picking up some super points in this area of the season. Unfortunately, Max Verstappen got run into by Charles Leclerc on the second corner of the race. Didn't finish. That's a lot of value going down the drain. I'm sure lots of Verstappen fans, Verstappen holders, would be disappointed with that. But of course, Bottas with a great value coming in at first. The Constructors' fantasy results look like this. Mercedes taking a commanding lead yet again. Great value, but McLaren, look at that, value of 3.0 points per million for only $8 million. They are the value pick at the moment. The Japanese Dream Team now looks like this. Now these are provisional. There is a dispute, something lodged by Racing Point towards the Renault drivers. Apparently they had some assisted brake bias, something or other, that they're trying to get them excluded from the results. So this could change, but as it stands, we have Ricardo, Hülkenberg, Sainz, a double for Albon and Bottas with Mercedes as the team. For 95.6 million, you'd get 257 points. Pretty good, if you ask me. The dud team looks like this. The double on Norris would get you bad points. Verstappen, like I said, Kubica, Grosjean, and Giovinazzi, with Haas picking up 0. I think Alpha also picked up a 0 for this particular race, minus 12. So a bit of a spread, 240 odd points for the Japanese Grand Prix. Dream studs after 17 out of 21 races look like this. Bottas, top of the pile. I don't know, I don't think anyone else can catch him now. Kvyat, Leclerc on 7, Sainz on 6. Hamilton and Stroll, I think that's meant to say 5, my bad. Mercedes on 10 races being part of the Dream Team. The duds look like this. Grosjean, Kubica 12 and 11 each. Giovinazzi, Magnussen on 8. Kvyat, Norris and Ricciardo on 6, with Haas and Alpha the teams that you want to avoid. Drivers' bonus chance for Japan looks like this, with the 2 Renault drivers looking good, sitting pretty. 4 out of 4 ending up in Q3. Unfortunately, Japan, Hülkenberg did not make it. He is out. Ricciardo did not make it. So if you counted on either of those for bonus points, no good. Hülkenberg, though, in the race, 4 from 4, picks up top 10 finish. Of course, that's before this dispute by Racing Point. So he gets a bonus 10 for those of you that picked up Hülkenberg. I was one of those. Top 10 finish for him. Constructors in Japan for Ferrari and McLaren both had 2 from 2. Japan for Ferrari, Japan for McLaren, both picking up a bonus 5 in qualifying. Mercedes were the team in the race. They finished 1 and 3, so they get a bonus 10. That's how they get so many points from that one. The driver's bonus chance looking ahead. We have Sainz, Verstappen and Norris, all with good results recently. Sainz possibly picking up a bonus in Mexico if he can get to Q3. Verstappen and Norris, they're looking at USA, but they have to get through Mexico first. In the race, Sainz, Albon, Hamilton and Perez, all of them on 2. No drivers looking further ahead. Just remember though, only 4 races to go. So if anyone is on 1 right now from Japan, they can potentially get the bonus in the UAE. Anyone else if you get it in Mexico, if you get it in USA, you can't get that bonus by the end of the season. So those bonus points actually drop off with the potential. Constructors look like this: Mercedes and Red Bull, Russia, Japan for Mercedes, Red Bull just with Japan. So Mexico for Mercedes, Red Bull looking at USA for potential bonus. Renault and Ferrari both on 1 after Japan. Mexico with the potential 2. Again, USA for the third. Driver standings as it stands. The Mercedes 1-2 taking the fantasy standings by storm. Verstappen in third, closely followed by the 2 Ferraris. Good value there with Gasly and Sainz, Perez and Raikkonen. Down to the bottom 10, they look like this. Hulkenberg taking dive after dive. George Russell with a big minus dollar move. Still decent value there. Grosjean still below water on -21. The constructor standings look like this. Mercedes romping away with the competition. I'm going to have to start looking and see if anyone can actually take them out. McLaren, super value, 2 points behind Sport Pacer Racing Point Formula 1 team. Here we are, the driver battles. The bottom 5 teams look like this. Magnussen with the qualifying lead, Grosjean with the race lead, Raikkonen with a lead, and Giovinazzi on both of those stakes. Almost can be beaten in qualifying there. Ricciardo over Hulkenberg in qualifying. Ricciardo behind in the racing, but it's pretty close. Russell with the only 17-0 record at the moment, with the racing 12-5. Gasly over Kvyat 4-1-3-2. Remember, they had a team switch. If we have a look here, this is where they have qualified most out of 17 races, so they may not have done very good otherwise. George Russell, Robert Kubica, only Q1 ever in 17 races, but good positions made up. That is why you would want to pick up those particular drivers. Top 5 teams look like this. Norris 9-8, Sainz 11-6 in the race. Racing Point, Perez 15-2, 11-6. Perez still a driver to take in the Racing Point team. Leclerc 10-7, Vettel 10-7, qualifying and race. Verstappen 4-1 over Albon, but Albon taking it 3-2 because Verstappen hasn't finished those 3 races. Only way that Albon can beat him apparently, but still doing a very good job over there at Red Bull. Hamilton over Bottas in qualifying and in the racing. Can't be beaten now by his teammate. Have a look here at the qualifying. This is where they've mostly qualified. Mercedes have never qualified out of Q3. Ferraris, Vettel and Leclerc have both missed out once. That was when they didn't qualify. Verstappen 15 times making it to Q3. Albon started quite low, making up loads of places. That's why he is the driver to have right now. Stroll, even though he's starting Q1, still making up on average a good number of places. Over to the Fantasy League now. In first place we have a Piston Reventi, 234 points. Well done. Second place with Selma Mercedes, 213, and third place Mael Del Mestre. I can never say that, I'm sorry. 209 points. The Blockheads Fantasy F1 League looks like this. Selma Mercedes with a great pickup last race. You see the standings there since Baku. This is my score in Japan. Follow the sign 61. Yeah, that double minus from Norris was no good. Verstappen not picking up points. Bummer. But changes for Mexico. We're bringing in Bottas for Verstappen. Hopefully that'll get me some points leading into the end of the season. The Blockheads, Engine Blockheads, 202. Good pickup. Well done, Engine Blockheads. The change for Mexico. Leclerc drafted in to the middle there over Hulkenberg. And those are the changes. So the next race here is the Mexican Formula 1 Grand Prix, October 25 to 27, with qualification 1 p.m. October 26th. That's local time. It is in USA, so in Australia it's all weird with time zones and everything else. But that is the next race to look forward to. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to join the Fantasy League, have a look in the comments below. Grab the link, go to fantasy.formula1.com. It's not too late to join. Until next time, my name is Fox Blockhead, and I'll see you later, alligators.